One, two, three. Hello, this is Sarah. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I haven't posted on here in literally so long, but I really wanted to create this because I feel like with TikTok, all the videos are so short that I can never really feel a connection with you guys. It's all about like, what's the most viral clip? And with YouTube, I can just give you guys a little bit more detail how certain products perform and give you guys a little bit more background to like who I am. And if you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments where you're from. I just feel like I'm talking into a void. So if you guys can leave me some feedback, I'd really appreciate that. For today's video, I really wanted to get started with one of your guys' requests. I'm gonna be talking all about Korean eye palettes. I love my K-beauty, as you guys know. And I really wanted to start a series for newbies to K-beauty. I feel like Korean eyeshadow palettes are super underrated. I've used a ton of Pat McGrath palettes, Charlotte Tilbury palettes, ColourPop palettes. So I'll show you guys some of my favorites and let me know in the comments what your favorites are. We obviously have to start with one of my favorite palettes. This is the Wake Make Soft Blurring Eye Palette. I use these palettes almost every single day. I literally bought 2 more after I bought my first one. I found these on Korean YouTube and a lot of YouTubers there really liked it. The matte formula is just so soft and it just adheres so nicely to the skin. It's so easy to use. A lot of Korean eyeshadows are really like soft and powdery, which in turn gives it that like super natural effect. This shadow formula does that while still being pigmented, so it shows up on deeper skin tones. Next, we have this peripera one. This one is the peripera All Take Mood palettes. These ones are just so cute and portable. I love how they laid out the shadow. So easy for anyone to use. You have your first highlighting shade, 2 shimmers that you can just throw on, 2 transition shades, and then a bunch of other deeper shades that you can deepen up your crease with, and then your typical liner shade. And they're all in that same color formula, so you'll always have like a matching eye look. If you're a neutral lover, this one in Better Carroting is actually really, really great. Next, we have another one of my favorite formulas. This is the Clio Pro Eye Palette. This one's in brown shoe. This is in the old packaging. I've had this maybe like 4 years. I've used it so much. This one is the newer packaging. They are such a great formula. You can see, as usual, they have a great shade variety. So like your highlighting shade, your transition shades, your dark shades, and then your glitters. I honestly really like the matte formula in this. It's so sheer and very, very buildable. So you can't mess up with this. Like, this is foolproof. The only downside is that if you have really deep skin tone, then this probably wouldn't work for you just because the colors just take so much effort to build up. This one, on the other hand, this is the rom&nd Better Than Eyes palette. This one is so popular. This one I would recommend even if you have darker skin tones. The mattes in these are very, very pigmented, so it does show up on the skin. They also have a really great variation of glitter. So they have your like metallic shadow, your chunky glitter, your wet looking glitter, your highlighting shades, and they have just like a really great variation and depth for the matte shadows, so you can make a flawless transition eye look. This is the palette that I'm wearing on my eyes today. It literally took like 5 minutes to do. Last but not least, we have the Daisic Eye Palette. This one is super popular. This one is so expensive. This one is like $40. I'm like, why is it $40? Like, it makes no sense, but I have to give it to them. The glitter formula in this is the wet glitter that I'm talking about. But these are like the super fine shimmers that just make your eyes look wet. Like, I'll put it on right now. Like, they're just glistening. And so for that reason, I would recommend this. There is a little bit of fallout, so either wet your brush, or I don't mind the fallout too much. I love being drenched in glitter. The metallic shades in here are also really pigmented, and the mattes, they have a good variety. If you like wet looking shimmers, this is the palette to get. Oh, actually I have one more. This is the 3CE Overtake palette. This palette is super easy to use if you're a beginner. I used to use this palette every single day for like 6 months. This shade right here, which is like the most beautiful like all over lid shade. All of these shades are just, they're pretty blendable. It's like a very everyday neutral shade range, I would say. The formula is a little bit more dry, so it's not as blendable and like finely milled, but it is a very like everyday palette, and I know a lot of people love this. they have really good like metallic shades. So if you're looking for like just like a average palette, then I would go for this one. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. I appreciate you guys so much for all the support that you've given me on TikTok. And if you haven't seen me there already, what are you doing? Just kidding. Just go follow me there. I'll see you guys next Sunday with a new video all about Korean sunscreen.